There are many different ways to find file sizes. We have 3 images on the desktop that have different file sizes. Now there are multiple ways on a Macintosh computer that you can actually find out how big your file is in order to send it to someone or email or even to put on your flash drive so you know how much room you are taking up. First we're going to start with the image. One of the ways that we could do it is just simply by clicking on the icon that you are looking for and hitting the Command I button. And notice a box shows up, and up at the top we see that it says 12 KB. That means that it's 12 gigabytes large, and that is how big that image is. And also, if you look, it says size. It says 12 gigabits on disk, and then it says how many bytes. Usually when a file is being displayed, it always is displayed in bytes. Now whether it's kilobyte, megabyte, and gigabyte is something that is later going to be discussed. Now, the next thing we're going to look is at this Math Intervention Excel sheet. Now the way I showed you before was to use Command I. Now another way to find a file size is by clicking on that file, then clicking the right click button. We have multiple options that we could use. However, the one we would like is Get Info. That then brings up a side tab and it tells us the file size right up at top or down at the bottom where it says size. This one is 37 kilobytes large. Another way we can also do it is by accessing this Ames web folder through our Finder. Our Finder doc is found on the bottom, which I know you can't see right now, and I click on that. Now if I click on desktop, I will find all of the things that are on my desktop. Now I wanted that Ames web folder. If I go and I click on change the view to the third option, it'll not only say what is in the folder, but on the bottom it'll say. Now we see that the folder Ames Web, and on the bottom we also see that it is 223.85 of gig available. So, those are 3 different ways that we can find out our file sizes. Now what do those file sizes mean? Now, for every 1,000 kilobytes, so if we go back up to the image and I get info, this is a kilobyte. A kilobyte, for every 1,000 kilobytes, you have 1 gigabyte. Now when I clicked the Ames Web folder, we saw that it was 262 kilobytes. And you always question which one is larger. Well, in this scenario, since they're both kilobytes, 262 is much larger than 12. However, if it got to 1,000 kilobytes, that would then mean that there is 1 gigabyte, which 1 gigabyte, while 1 seems lower than 12, it takes 1,000 of those kilobytes to equal just 1 gigabyte. And that is how we find the file size and how much you need to when you're sharing with other people, either through email, text message, or whatever it may be, so that the file is comparable to what they have and so that you can transport it to your own needs. Thank you.